So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Newcastle United advancing to the fourth round of the FA Cup with a comfortable 3-1 win against Bromley. We could have scored more goals, to be honest, if we'd been a bit more clinical, I think. However, listen, for today, it was very much job done. A lot of changes to the starting lineup. Some players really taking advantage of their opportunities. Some players, however, didn't. And I think, look, this game today wasn't going to make or break the players who we think should be leaving Newcastle United. This wasn't the game for that. It was very much a game of them coming in. Let's get the job done. Let's get into the fourth round and let's move on. But some of the performances really need looking at, and I'll come on to that. The game starts, as expected, we have a lot of possession. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, Bromley come forward and score. And it was a beautiful goal, to be fair. Bent brilliantly into the bottom corner. They go in front. The Bromley fans go mental, and you're thinking, oh, God, let's think of Cambridge 2 years ago and how bad that was when we fell behind. Not this time. We regained composure. We got possession back again. And then Lewis Miley pops up with an absolute thunderbolt to level it up right into the top corner. But credit to Bromley. They defended really well for the rest of the first half. We huffed and puffed, but we didn't really test the keeper. And that was my issue in the first half. We were we looked rusty, we looked lackluster, nothing was really happening. We were getting to the final third of the pitch, and it would just go bone dry again. And that's what it was like earlier on in the season. Now, I know the team had a lot of changes, and it's very natural for an 11 that's just been put together for one particular game. There is going to be rustiness there. There is going to be missed passes. But, we were against League Two opposition, and these players needed to take an opportunity to prove to Eddie Howe that they're worth keeping in the squad and worth thinking of should we get injuries in the future. Some players clearly did that, but not all of them. And then the second half, great work by Matt Targett, cuts inside, definite penalty. He gets there ahead of the defender who'd already committed. And we know when you go to ground as a defender like that, you need to get the ball just in case, and he didn't. And the penalty was slotted home beautifully by Anthony Gordon. But then the highlight of the match for me was Will Asula's goal. Beautiful, cuts inside, thunders a shot in with his left foot. And what a way to open your account for Newcastle. Just a brilliant, brilliant shot. The kids obviously got confidence. And to score a goal like that at St James's Park, I mean, he'll not forget that for a long time. It was absolutely brilliant. So well done to Will Asula for that. And then after the third goal went in, it was just... It was practice football, wasn't it? It was like a training session, just knocking the ball around. Few changes by Eddie, taking some players off, putting some of the big guns on, of course, and then plain sailing. Just unfortunately, we didn't score more goals, really. However, I think for Newcastle, it was very much about seeing out the second half, not overdoing it by any stretch, because we've got a game on Wednesday. So those players that are in the Premier League team, they need to just manage themselves well, and I think they did that. They played the game out, they saw it out. Bromley had nothing to offer. They found it very, very difficult to get out of Newcastle United's half to their own half, to be honest. And Newcastle just dominated. So all in all, very much a job done. But players came in today who I really expected better. Well, I say expected better of. I'm not so sure, because I've just said at the start of the video there that some players didn't turn up today. One of them was Longstaff. I mean, that probably the first half was as bad as you're going to see from him. I mean, he comes into the side, and I saw plenty of comments in the live chat saying, "How on earth has this guy kept Tonali out of the side for so long before Eddie decided to change it?" It beggars belief. It does. It really does beg a belief to think that this guy kept Tonali out of the side. The passing was dreadful. He couldn't hold the ball. When it was passed to him, it was bouncing off him. He couldn't make a tackle. And to be honest, he wasn't much better second half, let's be fair. And when you're playing against League Two opposition, as Sean Longstaff, you want to come in and show Eddie that you've still got you've still got the motivation and the bite to get in there and win things. But he didn't. He was absolutely dreadful. Dreadful. But look, we know the players that need to leave Newcastle United, don't we? I mean, it's blatantly obvious. And like I said, this game wasn't really going to prove anything. I mean, Sean could have had a worldie, but for me, it wouldn't have made any difference. But the fact that he struggled today against Bromley, it just says all you need to know. And surely those people that have been backing Sean Longstaff and thinking that he does have something to offer will look at this and think the best thing for Newcastle United to, and probably the best thing for Sean himself, is to find a new club. You know, because he's not going to be anywhere near what we need as a football club moving forward. To be an elite club, to be in the Champions League, challenging for league titles, challenging for trophies. Sean Longstaff is not going to do it. Miggy was dreadful first half. He did work a bit harder second half. He was getting involved, but he will get involved when Bruno's on the pitch. When Bruno, Trippier and Almiron are there, they play some nice stuff together. Very much keep ball. And, you know, he did come into the game a lot more. But we know what you're going to get from Miggy. And unfortunately, again, like I've just said about Sean, he isn't good enough. Simple as that. However, on the plus point, Matt Targett, who's took a lot of hammer from a lot of Newcastle fans, bantering about being injured all the time, etc. I thought he came in and was excellent. Absolutely excellent. Really steady at left back, put a few good crosses in, won us the penalty. You know, so I think, you know, there's a lot of promise there if he does stay at the football club. Because Matt Targett is one of the players who is believed to have generated interest from not just Premier League teams, but a couple of teams in Europe as well. So whether he stays or goes, that's yet to be seen. But Lewis Miley, standout performance for me. Absolutely superb player. And if you want to compare where Longstaff is right now to this kid, Lewis Miley, Miley is streets ahead as a footballer. He's so composed on the ball. He knows where players are on the pitch. He's calm. He passes the ball well. He tackles well. He is miles in front of where Sean Longstaff is. And a lot of people were saying in the live chat on Matchday Live about the fact that Eddie may play, you know, Sean Longstaff in the future ahead of Miley. You know, when it comes to the pecking order and substitution-wise, I mean, he can't. He would look at that today and think, bloody hell, you know, this kid has been out for so long with an injury and he comes back and plays like that. Yes, it's against Bromley. However, what this kid has done, he's done it in the Premier League, he's done it in the Champions League before he got injured, and he's done it again today. Standout performance. Really kept Newcastle ticking in the first half. You know, when we were losing the ball in silly positions, he was there to make sure he was sweeping up the pieces and getting us back on the attack again. So all in all, an absolutely wonderful, wonderful performance from Lewis Miley. And long may that continue. We've got a kid here who is a very, very special talent. And we knew that before he got injured. However, we still know that now because he's come back in today and looks like he's never been away. He's bulked up a little bit as well, which is good to see. So for me, I think he is a real star man for the future for Newcastle United. I love the intricate play in the second half with Bruno. I think he seems to generate extra confidence when Bruno's on the pitch as well. And just so exciting to see how he goes in the future. But all in all, listen, you know, all we could do today was go out and win the game. The main thing is we've done that. We're into the next round. We're into the fourth round draw. And I think that was the most important thing from today. Like I said at the start, we know the players that aren't good enough, and they just proved that point today for me. I mean, Sean Longstaff, that was as bad as it gets. And how Eddie can keep on relying on this guy, we can't rely on him. We can't. He's so slow on the ball. Even Bromley players are pinching the ball off him. He's so slow. And they're at a League Two level. But listen, massive hats off to Bromley as well, by the way. Absolutely gave their all today. You know, got their moment with the goal. An absolutely brilliant strike. He will never forget that young kid. The Bromley fans going crazy in the away end, of course. They had a wonderful day. And listen, the fact is they've lost 3-1. They haven't been beaten the 6 or 7 or 8 that people were saying they were going to lose by because Newcastle, of course, on a march at the moment. But that was very much a second team from Newcastle today. Nowhere near the Premier League team, of course. But listen, Bromley can only go out there and do the very best. And they did that today. And an absolute credit to League Two, a credit to the EFL. So well done, Bromley, for today. And best of luck for the rest of the season. For us, it's very much move on now. Fourth round draw coming up as I record this. And then, of course, we're back to Premier League action on Wednesday with a visit to Wolves. heads down again, and let's keep on going with this incredible momentum wave that we're riding right now. But thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments below exactly what you thought. As usual, I do read them all, even if I can't reply to them all. I do read them all, guys. I'm very interested to know how you guys feel about the performances and things like that. So thank you for watching. Give it a like if you've enjoyed it. And of course, please do subscribe if you're new, and hit that bell so you never miss an upload or a live show. And we'll see you very, very soon. In the meantime, take care.